On Earth, some places are so extreme, survival seems impossible. Blazing heat, freezing cold, crushing pressure, or toxic waters. And yet, life finds a way. Stay with us as we explore 10 of these incredible locations. We start with the Lut Desert, one of the hottest places on Earth. At the hottest points, temperatures reach 70 degrees Celsius, and the surface seems to burn under the sun. Vegetation and animals are almost non-existent, and humans cannot survive without preparation. Satellite images show that Lut is the brightest spot on Earth in terms of heat emission. Now let's see a place where the extreme is the opposite. Freezing cold that nearly kills. Oymyakon in Siberia is the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth, with winter temperatures dropping to -60 degrees Celsius. People live here thanks to extreme endurance, and nature has adapted to these conditions in incredible ways. The ground remains frozen most of the year, which greatly limits agriculture and animal life. Despite the extreme cold, around 500 people permanently live in the village, relying on reindeer herding and hardy crops for survival. But if you think cold is the ultimate extreme, wait until you see the highest point on the planet. Mount Everest, above 8,000 meters in the so-called death zone, has low oxygen, extreme cold, and low pressure. Even the best climbers struggle for every breath, and the unprepared have no chance. Extreme conditions mean almost no vegetation exists, and only a few microorganisms survive in the rocks. For humans, staying too long in the death zone is impossible. The body slowly shuts down without supplemental oxygen. Now, we move to extreme dry conditions, a place where water is almost non-existent. The Atacama Desert in Chile is the driest desert in the world. Some areas have not seen rain for decades. NASA uses it to test equipment for Mars. Despite the lack of water, algae and bacteria survive in selected micro-niches, thriving in nearly impossible conditions. In fact, some parts of Atacama are so dry that scientists once believed no life at all could survive there. From one of the driest places on Earth, we now travel to one of the most isolated islands in the world. Tristan de Cunha is the most remote inhabited island on Earth, located in the South Atlantic Ocean. Cut off from the rest of the world, this volcanic island experiences harsh winds, rocky terrain, and extreme isolation. Despite these conditions, humans live here, along with colonies of seabirds and seals that have adapted to this isolated ecosystem. This island proves that even in the most remote and hostile places, life can cling to existence. Next, we move to one of the deadliest bodies of water on Earth. The Mariana Trench reaches nearly 11,000 meters deep, the lowest point on Earth's surface. Pressure here is over 1,000 times greater than at sea level, conditions that should crush any living thing. Yet scientists have discovered strange creatures like giant amphipods, snailfish, and even microbes living in rocks. In fact, we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Most of this world remains unexplored, making it one of the most mysterious places on Earth. But extreme depth is not the only way Earth tests life. Some places reach the highest levels of natural radiation. After the 1986 disaster, Chernobyl became one of the most radioactive places on Earth. Vast areas remain unsafe for humans, And in some spots, the radiation is so intense that a person would receive a fatal dose in minutes. And yet, against all odds, nature has taken over the abandoned towns. Wolves, wild horses, and even bears now roam freely through places once considered uninhabitable. Scientists still struggle to understand how life can adapt and even thrive under such extreme and invisible danger. Now, from invisible radiation, let's move to a place where the entire ground becomes a giant mirror. Salar de Uyuni is the world's largest salt flat, stretching over 10,000 square kilometers. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water turns it into a giant natural mirror, reflecting the sky. The environment is extremely salty, making agriculture impossible. Still, unique microbes survive in the brine, and the salt flats contain massive reserves of lithium, essential for modern technology. The salt flats are so vast and flat that they are used to calibrate satellites orbiting Earth. Next, let's head to a place where storms and winds create chaos almost every year. In the central United States lies Tornado Alley, the most tornado-prone region in the world. Every spring and summer, warm and cold air masses collide, producing hundreds of tornadoes each year. This region experiences more tornadoes than any other place on Earth. Winds can exceed 300 kilometers per hour, strong enough to destroy entire towns. While humans live here with advanced warning systems, survival during a direct hit often comes down to luck. In fact, the United States records more tornadoes each year than the rest of the world combined, making Tornado Alley the very epicenter of this deadly phenomenon. Finally, we arrive at Santa Cruz del Islote in Colombia, the last stop on our journey through extreme places. Despite its tiny size of just 1.2 hectares, the island is home to around 816 residents, making it one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Houses are packed closely together, streets are narrow, and personal space is almost non-existent. Life here is a daily challenge, yet the community thrives. Children play, neighbors interact, and daily routines continue amid the intense crowding. These 10 extreme places show us the limits of life on Earth. Some burn, some freeze, some crush, and some poison. And yet, life finds a way to adapt. They remind us how fragile our existence is, but also how incredibly resilient nature can be. From scorching deserts to frozen wastelands, from the deepest oceans to raging storms, our planet is full of wonders that continue to challenge science and imagination. Which of these places amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories about our planet.